Hello, Gilles-Sweet. It's Mr. Krivak. Today is Wednesday, April 15th, 2020. And I'm back here today, boys and girls, with another craft project with Mr. Krivak. Boys and girls, during the introduction, you got to see some of my past projects that we've done together, like the tissue box monster, the painter tape project, also my toilet paper monster back here, and then Yoda up here with the homemade Play-Doh. Although something happened with his left arm. Not sure where it went. Today, boys and girls, we're going to be doing some more painting, and we're going to be painting with one of my favorite items in the kitchen or in the refrigerator, and that is pasta. How many of you like noodles? I love noodles. Today, boys and girls, I'm going to be using a couple different noodles with my project. I have here this long type of noodle that's called fettuccine. I also have this little round noodle, which is called ziti. And then I have this spiral noodle, which is called rotini. Some of my favorites. I also have, boys and girls, some of my favorite paint colors already out on a paper plate, so I can just throw it away when I'm done. I have a painting brush, but if you don't have a painting brush, no worries. You can make your own painting brush by just using toothpicks. I'm sorry, not toothpicks, Q-tips. I also have some cotton balls that we can use for painting as well. And I even have an old toothbrush that I'm going to show you how to paint with also. So let's go ahead and get started. Because spring is now here, I decided that I want to make an image, or I want to make a picture that is spring related. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a flower out of noodles. So let's go ahead and get started. I also forgot that I also have my glue. My glue may look a little bit different than yours. This is actually color changing glue, but it doesn't matter what kind of glue you use. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up, and you can see that I have my paper, and I also have a mat underneath, just in case anything spills. I don't want to get it onto the counter. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get started. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to make the stem of the flower. So I'm going to use my fettuccine, and I'm going to go ahead and make a line of glue up for the stem. And then actually I'm going to make it a little bit shorter so I have room for the flower, and then I'm going to press it in place. Okay, so there's the stem. Now I want to go ahead and make my flower, and I'm going to use the ziti to make the flower. Now with the ziti, I can't make my flower perfectly round, but I can kind of get close to it. And boys and girls, you can use whatever pasta or whatever noodles mom or dad or grandma or grandpa, whoever's at home with you, whatever noodles they say, you can use. You can use macaroni, rigatoni, spaghetti. It doesn't really matter. You can use a lot of different kinds, or you can use all of the same kind. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of put my ziti sort of in a round shape, or as round as I can get it. And you can see I probably use a little bit too much glue, but that's okay, because, whoops, we're going to give it time to dry. Okay. And let's see if I can fit my other one right there. All right, so I kind of have my flower. All right, so now I want to make the petals of the flower. So I'm going to just do little lines of glue coming off of the flower. And I'm going to go over here. Now this is where I'm going to use rotini to make the petals of my flower. And I'm just going to rub it in there a little bit so it touches both the pasta and the paper. A couple more. Okay. I wish I had room up here for another one, but I didn't leave myself enough room, but that's okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take some more of my fettuccine and I'm going to put little pieces of fettuccine in between my petals. So again, I'm going to go ahead and put a couple more stripes of glue. And then go ahead and you can start breaking apart the fettuccine however big you want to make it. And we get another piece. After all of this gluing of pasta, I think afterwards, for lunch, I'm going to want to have some spaghetti. I don't know about you guys, but all this pasta makes me hungry. Okay, so you can keep going, and if you'd like, you can then put glue on the inside of the flour, and then maybe you can use some more different types of noodles to glue on the inside of the flour. I'm not going to glue them because of the time. I just want to show you that you can kind of do a lot of different things. Okay, now once you have your flour or whatever design that you want to make, whenever you have it finished, you want to then put it to the side and let it dry. So I'm going to go ahead and move my stage 1 of my flour. I'm going to move it to the side. And I'm going to bring out my other flour that I already made and let dry for probably about an hour. So now it's one of my favorite parts of the show, which means it's time to glue. I'm sorry, not time to glue, time to paint. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with the color green. And I'm going to go ahead, I want to start painting the stem. And I told you before, if you don't have a paintbrush, Q-tips make a great paintbrush. The best part about using Q-tips is that you don't have to clean them like a paintbrush. When you're done, you can just throw them away. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint each part of my flower, whatever colors that you like. And when you're all done, just like you do with any other painting project, you're going to then set it to the side and let the paint dry. So you can see on this flower, I made leaves at the bottom of the stem. Okay, so I'm going to stop there with painting the noodles, and I'm going to show you some other things that I can do. So I showed you before with the cotton ball. So I'm actually going to use this cotton ball to make some clouds up in the sky. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to dip the cotton ball just a little bit into the blue paint, and I'm going to start dabbing it up in the top to make like the clouds in the sky. And you can see the more that you dab it, the more of the blue paint starts to come off. And you can make some pretty puffy clouds. Also, I'm going to use this toothbrush to make the grass. So I'm going to go ahead and dip it in the green paint. And then I'm just going to take it at the bottom and I'm going to start brushing up to make some grass where my flower is growing. And you can go whichever way you want with the toothbrush. Okay? Boys and girls, I hope you try this project today of painting with pasta, and I hope that you enjoy this project. Come back next time and see my finished flower and also reverse tie-dyeing. Have a great day.